Starting on Walmart can be such a scary new adventure, but don't worry, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what to expect and how to make that process a lot smoother and less stressful. So let's just simplify your journey as easiest as possible. Hi, I'm Amanda, and if you could do me a quick favor and like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it, or make a comment down below if there's anything you'd like to know about selling on Walmart. The first hurdle that you will come across is verifying your account. Now, this is after your account is approved and you're ready to go. So you do have to verify your account, which is 3 simple things: is verifying that you're a business, second is adding your payment options, and the third is a shipping template. The shipping template is just to make sure that your returns have somewhere to go. So they want to make sure that your returns go to your physical house, warehouse, or anything like that. So this is your first hurdle, and it's very simple. It does take a few days, maybe a week, to verify your account, but during that process you are able to add things into your catalog. Now, what is a catalog? The catalog is essentially your inventory. It's what your whole store or storefront is made up of. Catalog and inventory are really kind of interchangeable, but Walmart likes to use the phrase catalog when it comes to the terms of the items that you are selling. When adding items into your catalog, you need to determine if you're going to be doing seller fulfilled or WFS. Seller fulfilled is the equivalent of Amazon FBM, where you send the items straight to the customer, or you're doing WFS, which is the equivalent of Amazon FBA, where you send your items to the warehouse and then the warehouse sends the items to the customer. So when you're uploading your items to your catalog, you need to determine that, because there are 2 ways to add them as seller fulfilled, and then there are 2 ways to add them as WFS. When you first upload, you'll probably upload a seller fulfilled, and then you want to convert that as WFS eligible. Now, this process takes time. It takes a lot of time to learn the system, and that is definitely one of the frustrating parts when it comes to Walmart. However, it is possible, and I do have some videos that if you need to know how to upload or do seller fulfilled or upload as WFS, I do have some videos on that. Also, when it comes to adding items into your catalog, you don't know if you're gated in a product. Unlike Amazon, you're able to go in and see if you're eligible to sell the product, but until you add your items into your Walmart catalog, you don't know if you're able to sell it or not. So what typically happens is you add the item into your catalog, and then you'll get an error. It'll say so many different kinds of errors. It could be for intellectual property, it could be that is a restricted brand, or it's a prohibited item. Now, a prohibited item could be baby food, it could be an array of different items. Restricted is when you would need maybe brand approval, and it's just harder to get ungated in a restricted item. You can also get an error saying you will need pre-approval. So there are brands such as Disney, Lego, and Magic Mixies where you do need pre-approval to get ungated in that category or that brand. It's so simple to get ungated, and all you need is a receipt from Walmart, Target, or anywhere to get ungated. You open a case. It is currently November, and right now it's taking about 2 months to get ungated, which is crazy. Hopefully you're seeing this later on and it's a lot less, but I think because it's Q4 that it's just taking Walmart a lot longer to get ungated, and it's very frustrating, but that just comes with the influx of new sellers. So my workaround along these errored items is to add the items into my catalog. Now, when I'm doing traditional online arbitrage, I make sure to add the item into my catalog at the desired price, so that I'll know I'll be able to sell it, and then I go ahead and purchase the item. This does take a lot more time, but it ensures that I can sell that item at that price, because there are a lot of times where Walmart gives you a high pricing error, and because that high pricing error, they are not going to let you have that item active. So that's what I like to do. However, when it comes to doing retail arbitrage, I'm really not able to add the item into the store as I'm there to see if I'm eligible or not. So I do one of two ways, and it just depends on what's going on that week. Is I want to just take a chance and buy it, and then if I am gated or restricted, I apply again ungated and hold on to it for a while. Or if I'm restricted and not even able to get ungated, I just simply return it. One way to know if a brand is restricted or prohibited is in my Discord. I have a whole channel strictly to prohibited items, restricted items, and what brands are not allowed to be resold. So if you want to get into the Discord, please check out the WFS masterclass in the link below. So the next big frustration when it comes to Walmart is the lack of softwares. Now there are a lot of softwares out there, but because Walmart does not give out their API, which means we don't have the data on prices, we don't have the data on certain items, how they've done over a period of time, we don't know if it will sell. And that is a frustration for us sellers because we don't want to be buying things that we don't know can't sell. So that is a frustration, but it does also mean that it's a greater reward because you're taking that big of a risk. So because there aren't very many softwares out there, these are the 3 rules that I follow to ensure that a product will sell, and I also have a couple caveats to them. So the first one are reviews of the product. So even if that item has 1 review, I tend to think it will sell. They say that every 1 review is 100 items sold. So even just 1 review will sell really well. I personally have an item that sells about once a day and it has 1 review. And it's been a great product for me. So then the next thing I like to look for are the other sellers on the listing. I like to see other sellers because I want to believe that they have done their due diligence and also that they are selling it at a price that I would like to sell it at. For example, I'm looking at this product, this croutons, where I would like to sell this at $15 because I purchased it for $2. The other sellers are around $3. So if I tried to get onto this listing, try to sell it for $15, chances are that I will get a high pricing error. I will probably lose a lot of money because I can't do seller fulfilled with the price of shipping or do WFS with the price of their fees. So it's very important to have other sellers at that price point you want so you can ensure that you won't get that high pricing error. The third thing that I follow is making sure Walmart is not on the listing. I don't want to compete with Walmart. I don't know if Walmart shares the BuyBox. I don't know if it rotates, which, fun fact, Walmart does not rotate their BuyBox. They want to stay competitive and so they don't rotate, but that's further on in the video. Then the next thing that I kind of like to follow is if it sells well on Amazon, chances are it'll sell well on Walmart. So if it's selling 4 or 5 times a month on Amazon, I probably wouldn't sell it on Walmart. However, if it's selling 500 times a month or more on Amazon, I would love to sell it on Walmart because that means that it has a history of selling on Amazon. And so if I could sell it for a profit on Walmart, even better. Even though there are not a lot of softwares that are supported with Walmart, there are a few. The first is SellerGrate, which is a wonderful analytic tool for your finances to kind of help you know your ins and outs of the money that's coming in and out. This is exactly like Sellerboard when it comes to Amazon. I love SellerGrate because it gives you a daily email of the day before. Like it'll tell you what your 30 days is, the month to date, and yesterday's date, and then it'll show you what sold yesterday. For me, I love this because I love seeing what happened the day before. It's just harder for me to keep track, so this is a great benefit. The second software that I do use is called Martyr. Now, Martyr is comparable to SellerAmp or RevROI on Amazon. This tells me what the price point is at, and it tells me what the other sellers have in stock, which I believe is very accurate. And so because I like Martyr, it is only about $24 a month, which is so affordable. If you want to check out Martyr, check the link below and you can start a free trial. But those are the 2 softwares that I currently use with Walmart, in addition to Keepa, but I'm already using Keepa with Amazon. But it's not really an expense that I count towards Walmart. So with the softwares I just mentioned, there are no listing softwares as of yet. For right now, we have to add each item into our catalog one by one, or you can do a bulk upload, but you're doing it straight within the Seller Hub or the Walmart Seller Center. So it's very easy, simple. It does take time. So once you get the hang of it, it's easy and simple, and it will save you time, but it does take that upfront time to learn it. In order to make this as smooth as a transition as possible to be a seller on Walmart is learning the BuyBox and how to win and maintain the BuyBox. So the first thing is having a Pro Seller badge. Now this is a metrics of 6 items that you have to fulfill in order to meet Pro Seller. Now I currently do not have the Pro Seller badge because the 6 criteria is having a competitive price. And if I were to lower everything in my inventory to the competitive price, I would be losing a lot of money. So because I'm not willing to do that, I have lost Pro Seller badge. Now, I personally only know like one person who has a Pro Seller badge. Everyone else has lost it. So for me right now, it's not a huge thing that I've lost it because everyone else has. Second, to win the BuyBox is being WFS. So that means sending your items to the Walmart fulfillment services. So that means you are essentially Amazon FBA. You're sending your items to the warehouse so the customer then gets their items faster and quicker, which is exactly what Walmart is trying to achieve. Walmart wants their customers to receive their package within 2 days. So because you're sending it to the warehouse, it ensures that they're getting a 2-day delivery. So if you're going to be doing seller fulfilled, you'll want to make sure that you are at competitive price. So if you are competing with other WFS sellers, you'll need to undercut them about $4 to $5 depending. And you also need to have a good standing and good reviews. I have noticed that there are other people who are seller fulfilled who get the BuyBox over me, who is a WFS seller. And that is simply because I feel like because they have more reviews, they have better stars. I'm currently at a 4.5. On a couple listings, I have a seller who is seller fulfilled. They're at a 4.7 rating and they have a lot more reviews. So I do feel like reviews come into play when it comes to who gets the BuyBox. Another way to win the BuyBox is having faster shipping. So this can include 1 or 2 day shipping, especially when you're seller fulfilled. However, please do keep in mind that 1 and 2 day shipping can be very expensive. I have fallen into the trap where I offer the 1 and 2 day shipping. The customer pays about $30 for the product and shipping can be about $50. So please be mindful of that and really know where you're shipping to. And you'll want to select the correct template and selecting the correct regions. So for me, I did 1 to 2 day shipping on the West Coast because I'm in Washington. Everywhere else gets standard USPS postal services. And lastly, which is the most important, is having your price set at the competitive price. Walmart really wants to make sure that you are at a competitive price, meaning you are the lowest price for the best value. So sometimes that means you're the lowest and win the BuyBox. But of course, all those other factors all play into it. So there's no real way of knowing who gets the BuyBox and who's in the BuyBox. And this is also why I love Martyr, because when you scan Martyr, you can see who is seller fulfilled, who is WFS, and who you're really competing against. Next is learning how to do WFS shipments or doing seller fulfilled shipments. So learning the process of WFS is very simple and I feel like it's very compared to Amazon FBA. So you have to convert your items in your catalog from seller fulfilled to WFS eligible. And there are a few ways to do that, but you have to have those eligible in order to send them to the warehouse. So when you are sending them to the warehouse, you go to shipments and then you add in your item ID, or you could scan the barcode, which is what I do most of the time. I add item and then I do the quantity. Now, I do have a video on how to do this, so please go to that video where it shows you step by step on how to do that shipment. But this is definitely one of the harder things to learn when it comes to Walmart. But once you get the hang of it, just like adding items into your catalog, the first time it takes a little while, it takes you the time to learn it. but after that you'll get faster and faster, and it just takes a lot less time each time you do it. Please do keep in mind that your first shipment will take a lot longer than your normal shipments after that. Sometimes your first shipment can take 5 to 6 weeks. I know some people it's taken 7 weeks for it to get checked in and received. And that is simply because Walmart does not commingle your products. They have one area that's just for you and your products. So they may have to make room, make space, and so it does take a lot longer. However, after that, it does take a lot less. For example, when I ship out from Washington or from my prep center in Oregon, they are going to typically Atlanta, and it takes about 2.5 weeks for them to go live. I do believe that's because it's going so far. That's why it takes so long. But most people can get them active within a week or two if they're closer to the Atlanta or Texas warehouse. Next is seller fulfilled. You'll need to determine if you want to include your shipping price in the cost that you've listed it as. For example, if your shipping is going to be an extra $4, please make sure you have that buffered into your margins as your list price, or you can charge separately for shipping. However, me personally as a consumer, I like free shipping, so I always offer free shipping. With the exception of as a week before Christmas, I will include paid shipping for expedited orders or anything like that. During Q4, I did a lot of seller fulfilled, and so I really got the templates down. I was able to really set my regions down and really narrow it down, and I'm really excited to change those shipping templates a week before Christmas so I can see if I'm calculating my shipping correctly or if I'm way off. The last thing that I really want to go over on what to expect with selling on Walmart are the returns. Now, the returns for me on Walmart are a lot higher than as on Amazon. And that's because it's so easy to return things to Walmart. They can simply go to their local Walmart and return it there for an instant refund, or they can send it back, usually going to a UPS store. But typically, they like to go to the local Walmart because chances are everyone has a Walmart or a really close one. And so they're able to go bring it there with an instant refund, and then that employee will typically send it back to me, and then I have to kind of determine what to do with it then. But that is one thing that I really didn't expect when I first started selling on Walmart, but it definitely makes total sense that they can just easily take it to the store for that refund. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you could please like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. I am now currently offering one-on-one coaching, and I can help you from getting started with Walmart to sourcing products to adding items into your inventory, or just walking you through a WFS shipment. You can schedule a 30-minute or a 1-hour coaching session. Lastly, I would love to have you in my Discord. If you would like to purchase the WFS Masterclass, it has everything you need to know about Walmart, plus a Discord where I go live weekly to answer questions, go over any product sourcing, and just building that community there where you can get all the help you need. So thanks for watching, and reach out and let's connect.